What's up, people? This is Nature Girl 30 here, and I am giving you a full review of the Night of Champions. Now, this is Monday, the night after the Night of Champions. This is when I'm going to be filming this. And yeah, I did a quick review from my phone. I don't know whether it reached my my YouTube account, but anyway, I'm going to be doing a full review. And by the time that I actually get done with this, hopefully I will have internet by now. But anyway. For Night of Champions, what can I say? It was somewhat disappointing because there were only 2 titles that changed hands, and 3 of them remain championships. Remain champions. I really would love to have a lot more titles change hands because that will bring a lot more worth to the belts. Because now the U.S. Championship is now considered not considered a starter belt. And the IC Championship is not getting the prestige it deserves. So that's the one gripe that I kind of have of the whole thing, is the fact that the titles did not change hands. Because going past the review for a second, the IC Championship 30 years ago was considered like the jump start before you become the actual champion. Like, for those that actually became an IC champion, half of those went on to become championship title holders, like the heavyweight championship or the WWF championship. They went from IC on up, or they went from the US to IC on up, and those titles actually meant something. And the tag team championships actually did mean something. They're trying to bring more meaning back to that, and that's what really makes me happy. I'm glad that they are. It's not just a regular random belts anymore. And that's just the only gripe that I have for the night. Just the fact that only 2 titles changed hands. And those are the titles that we kind of knew that was going to change hands. But all the other ones, it could have been better if we wasn't so predictable. But anyway, moving on to the matches themselves. The Tag Team Championship match between Air Boom and Awesome Truth. Yeah, they're Awesome Truth now. The match itself was pretty darn good. I mean, the fact that Airborne, the Evan Bourne came out there with matching tights the same as Kofi Kingston was kind of cute. But besides, there were a couple of flubs in there, but that happens. You can't have a perfect match. That happens. But the match itself was going to be great until they pulled the angry move. I hate the angry move. And the reason why I hate it is because it's such a cop-out. The fact that The Miz got angry at the fact that the refs call and then knocked the ref out. Come on, man. We've already seen this before with Randy Orton, and that was a cop-out. But that had a stipulation, which was an even bigger cop-out. It could have been a better match if they actually prolonged it, and if they kept their emotions in check. It would have been a decent match. But obviously they're going to keep going on with the whole conspiracy thing for however long they can play it out until it completely dies out. Now, for the IC Championship match, my big surprise of the night, because I honestly thought this was going to be a dark match because they didn't announce it on either SmackDown or Raw. They never really did promote it on SmackDown or Raw, and we had no idea who his opponent would be until the final night of SmackDown. We had an idea. It was kind of thrown together at the last minute, and I think the IC Championship title should actually have a little bit more prestige than the U.S. title, which was actually promoted. But anyway, the IC Championship match was something that was a long time coming. Ted DiBiase versus Cody Rhodes. I was actually looking forward to that. I actually wanted that match to be great, and it would have been until Ted DiBiase lost, which really made me disappointed because I really wanted him to win. He hasn't won a title since he's been there. I mean, not a singles title. I think he's won the tag team championships, but honestly, he hasn't won a singles title since he's been there, and it would have been great for him. But unfortunately, he didn't. Cody Rhodes kept it. Now, moving on to the Divas. The Divas Championship really did surprise me because I actually thought that Kelly Kelly was going to be dominated throughout the entire match. She wasn't. She held her own against Beth Phoenix. That's one thing that really surprised me. And the one other thing, you actually thought that Beth Phoenix was going to win in her hometown of Buffalo, which is where it was last night. She didn't. She actually lost in her hometown. I actually wanted Beth Phoenix to win, but I have a lot of respect for Kelly Kelly after last night. She held her own. Her wrestling skills have greatly improved. She is definitely worthy of the Divas Championship. That's one thing I can say. She's definitely a Divas champion right now, and I have a lot of respect for her. Moving on to one of the championship titles of the night. Why did this match even happen? We kind of knew that it was going to happen. We kind of knew that he was going to win, and I am talking about the World Heavyweight Championship match between Randy Orton and Mark Henry. Now, we all knew that Mark Henry was going to win. All this tirading, all this rampaging, all this angry black man crap that he's been throwing in our faces, we knew that he was going to cash in, and we knew he was going to win. The fact that this match even happened was beyond me. There was no way on this planet that we knew that Randy Orton was going to win. And I know all you marks out there was going to be like, oh, there was hope for him. No, dude. He's 500 plus pounds. Now, it would have been sheer luck that Randy Orton would have won last night. But no, his luck ran out. We all knew that Mark Henry was going to take it, and he took it. The only disappointing part about it is that this is going to be a very lengthy title reign. I'm talking not 2 months. I'm not talking about a month. I'm talking about maybe 4 or longer, or until the Big Show or Kane shows up. This is going to be a very long title reign. Nobody is going to see the title for 4 to 6 months. It's going to be a very long reign, and it's going to be, hopefully it won't be too boring. But we all knew that Mark Henry was going to take it. Congrats to Mark Henry. Moving on to the last championship title of the night, the WWE Championship between John Cena and Alberto Del Rio. I'm not going to lie. I actually did like this match. I liked this match, especially the fact that John Cena up and stole his canary yellow Ferrari, which I think was gorgeous. But the match itself was pretty good. It was fairly high-paced. I'm not going to lie. Alberto Del Rio is very fast and agile for a man his size. And he definitely held his own. We all knew he wasn't going to keep the title. We just knew that was going to happen, And, this the fact that John Cena was going to take it was something that was predictable. We knew he was just not going to keep it. But I'm not going to lie. I am kind of happy that Alberto Del Rio did have a decent title reign. He's had his few months. And now it's John Cena's turn. Plus, he has to keep the title on towards WrestleMania. So it's going to be back and forth for the last few months up until then. The one big confusion that I had the night was why on earth did we have... I know that it was somewhat of a filler because they had to give most of the wrestlers a breather and also give them, preparation for the following matches. But Christian and Sheamus, why? Why were they in the ring? I mean, and Sheamus, I know they're trying to make him a face, but all of these ridiculous folk tales that he has from his home country of Ireland is starting to become a little stale. Now, his little folk tales, folk remedies, whatever, honestly, they're just as corny as John Cena's promos. For real, they really need to step up something with Sheamus instead of having these little corny moments every night. But moving on from there, the main event of the night, Triple H versus CM Punk. Now, this match was built up to be the most epic match ever. Was it? No. It was probably the most slow. It was slow as molasses. Because it wasn't the fact that Triple H had ring rust. It was the fact that Triple H has not wrestled in 6 months. Now, for a wrestler, that can really slow you down. And you can tell how tired he was. And he also gained a little bit of weight. And that weight was probably what slowed him down. He was very tired. He was very slow. CM Punk, even CM Punk started to get a little tired for a little bit. He actually was dominating for the beginning part of the match, but as 3 minutes rolled on, he started getting really tired. Triple H got tired after 2 minutes, probably 3 minutes. You can tell that there was a lot. His endurance level has decreased greatly after that match. You can kind of tell that happened. But but it was getting so slow and it was starting to lose so much interest that they had to throw people out there. They threw out R-Truth and The Miz to bring up the game a little bit, to actually try to bring up more interest. They threw out Johnny O with him trying to hold out for the referees and have the referees not going there, trying to create a little controversy. Then, from all we knew, and we knew this was going to happen, they ended up having Kevin Nash come out. and having Kevin Nash beat the crap out of both of them, trying to bring more interest in it. The fact that Triple H won makes me happy because I don't want Johnny O to take over, but the fact that it was slow as molasses and just starting to become like mud, like you literally swimming through mud, was not really all that great. It was a match built to be epic, but it was kind of cut short. But all in all, it was a very entertaining pay-per-view. Like my quick review that I have from my phone, I am still sticking to a B. This was still a great pay-per-view. I am not dissing on it. It was still good. For those that like my reviews, please subscribe. Any comments that you have, please leave them below. This is Nature Girl 30. By the time I have this up, hopefully I have internet. But anyway, peace out. See ya.